Hello, I'm William Brougham and welcome to the panel shows Hear the Music. And this week we're coming all the way from Douglas Park in the Macarthur region of New South Wales. We've got two very special guests on the show today, singers and songwriters, Ben Ransom and Rocco Bene. Welcome to the show, both of you.
G'day, mate.
How are you?
It's great to have you. I am feeling absolutely wonderful, exhilarant and full of energy because both of you are on the panel shows Hear the Music. What more could you want? And we've got a treat in store, two fabulous guests. But the first question, Rocco.
Yes.
I love you.
I love
Tell me about your music.
My music, well, you know what? It comes from my heart. It's real, and I just want people to dance and experience what Rocco's all about. Just lose yourself in the music.
How did you get into music?
I was watching I was actually obsessed with Paul Abdul when I was young. My sister showed me the video clip to Opposites Attract, and she thought I'd love the cat, MC Scat Cat, but I fell in love with Paul Abdul. And so all my posters were full of walls of every wall was full of Paul Abdul posters, and that's how it all started. And then I was watching the American Music Awards in 1990, and I said, that's what I want to do.
And you did?
And yes, I haven't, reached the
American
Music Awards yet, but hey.
That's next year.
That's next, yeah.
Ben, how about you? Tell us a bit about your music.
Well, I kind of grew up listening to lots of different styles of music. I was exposed to, a broad range of music, all the way from sort of Irish folk to Australian pub rock to, pop and ABBA and Kiss and everything in between. And it's funny, after I'd sort of been, touring around a bit, the style that I fell into was pretty much a country rock sort of style of music, and that's where I sort of found my niche and found my market and found my fans, and so yeah.
And you've been songwriting since you were 15, haven't you?
Yeah, about then. Yeah, I was a late bloomer. I talked to friends and they say, oh yeah, I started playing guitar at age 6, or I started writing songs at 10, that kind of thing. But maybe I'm blessed with natural immaturity, I don't know. Never.
What were your school friends like? How did they react?
Oh, well, I think it was, a lot of blokes' dreams to, be in a band and become, rock superstars, growing up through school, and that's what we did. And I think I started my first band at about age 15,
wow.
and it all sort of kicked off from there.
And of course, you've had a broad range of musical influences, haven't you?
That's right. Yeah. A bit of a musical family. Dad plays the bagpipes and the tin whistle, and I think I'm pretty much the only one that decided to do music as a career. But I had posters on the wall as well. And it's funny you mentioned Paula Abdul, because it's that song is a bit like the music industry. Is 2 step forward, 1 step back, isn't it?
Yep.
So, I grew up with Stars in My Eyes.
We love Samantha
I did.
Fox.
I got suspended from school because of Samantha Fox.
No.
Yeah.
I had a t-shirt, touch me. Yeah.
Well,
and they did.
Oh, they did touch me, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what got them in trouble.
Yeah, that's it. Page 4.
Rocco, I've got to ask, Kyle and Jackie O,
yes.
the Hot 30 Teen Star competition, yes. How did that come about?
Well, at the time, I always listened to Kyle and Jackie O at night, because they used to do the evening shows before they did breakfast, and yeah, they had this competition on, and my manager at the time was like, just enter the competition, and then we won it. So it was and then from that, we were able to get signed to Warner Brothers, and it just all fell into place, thank God.
I'd love to know a bit more about the passion behind your music, Rocco. Tell us.
The passion, I've always had this drive in me. It's just something that's telling me to do it, And no matter how many people, my family will go, oh, you need a second career, you got to think about making money, and to me it's just like, it's just taking the chance. You got one life, this is it, you gotta make it happen.
That's pretty much it,
yeah. Tell us about your passion. Did Rocco sum it up pretty well?
It really did, yeah. But there's a lot of common threads there, but also the live performance, I think. The energy that you get from performing live and the interaction with the crowd, and that's what I love. Yeah.
You've both been overseas as part of your career. Ben, you went to Europe for a while, and you had a residency in Soho.
Yeah, it was actually it was down in Covent Garden.
Very central in Soho, yes.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. They had a bar there with, you know, we'd play 5 nights a week, and it was
Very nice.
insane.
I bet you
it
were.
was. You know, you get all these travellers come through, and it was like a BNS ball every night of the week. It was crazy, but that was a lot of fun, and I think you hone your skill, or you learn your chops, and you know, places like that, and it was a fantastic experience.
How do British audiences compare to Australian audiences?
Incredible. And going through Europe, you know, the audiences there, they love their music, and they'll let you know that they love their music, and you come back to Australia and it takes...
They'll tell you for 5 seconds in the bathroom, I love your track, and then you forgot it.
Hello, Dubbo!
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But no, we've found some great fans, and so they're all starting to come to the shows, and so they're always a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Rocco, you've been overseas. Tell us a bit about your experiences.
Obviously, I've done a lot of recording overseas, so a lot of songwriting, recording, development. So I've worked with Tanya Doko in Sweden. I've worked with Rough Loaders in the UK, and some other songwriters as well. So it's just, yeah, I don't know, just you let life just naturally take you there to the people that you got to meet and you're meant to write with, and you know, it's just Europe is just like another world. It's just everyone wants to make music and enjoy the process of being a musician. And I find Australia, I love Australia, don't get me wrong, I'm not bagging Australia, but it's sometimes it is difficult just to get projects done. You know?
Do you find that's because there's a lack of finance or lack of support?
I just think I think a lot of people don't want to finance their own music, or I do find that a lot in Australia. They always try to get something for free, or you know. But I think if you really believe in yourself, then you know, if you're putting money into yourself, then you know, eventually someone else will look at that and they'll go, you know what, it's worth putting money into as well.
There's a singer, I don't know if you've heard of her, called Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think she's Australian.
I think so, yeah.
But she was in Neighbours or something. But she said many years ago, about 20 years ago, that you've not really made it in the music industry until you've either had a career in the UK or the US. How true do you think that is, Rocco?
I think it's, you know, it's very true. I think success comes in whatever forms. Like, it doesn't have to, like, you don't have to have a #1 hit, or it's however you feel complete within yourself or your soul. That's how I look at life at the end of the day with any dream that you have, you know. It's not about having international success, it's just making yourself complete within.
Would you agree, Ben?
I do. It's about you know, finding that satisfaction within yourself, like what you were saying. Yeah, I don't know. The music industry has changed so much in recent years. I'm not sure. That'll be a whole nother segment, you know, talking about you know, how the state of the music industry these days. But I think everyone kind of chases fame or success to some degree in markets like the US and Europe.
Ben, in 2010 you released your first album, The Long Way. How difficult was it to release that first album?
Well, we actually didn't release that. That was like just a really expensive demo. So, but there was a track from that got picked up and did quite well, and sort of, you know, launched things, and then I was able to go on and do the you know, the first debut solo album, and all the, you know, to date it's all been independently done. You know, you mentioned earlier about you know, financing these things, and
it's very much a labour of love for you, wasn't it?
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Was there a reason why it wasn't released?
I just didn't think it was good enough. You know.
Really?
Yeah, and it was just trying to find. It was sort of, you know, it was a bit all over the place. We didn't have a producer. It was all sort of self-produced. And,
how do you know when an album's not good enough?
Well, I don't know. I think a lot of artists are their own worst critics, aren't they? And I don't know. From that first single that we put out, and it did quite well, I was able to sort of, you know, meet a great producer and sort of go on from there, and then get the first album out, and then sort of here we are.
I think also with songs is like, sometimes it's just not ready to be released, or, you know what I mean? It's got to find its way to the right producer, to the right person who's going to take it on board. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I think each song has its own journey, and it's you can't put a time on it. You know, when it's meant to be released.
Yeah,
know?
That's true.
But your first single was a massive hit, wasn't it? It peaked at number 2 on the Hot country top 50 chart.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, for a first time round, it was pretty good.
Did you know you had a hit on your hands?
Well, I know that people like the song when we'd play it live, and so that was cool. And I think, you know, if it translates live, you know, quite often radio like it.
What do you think makes a hit?
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
It's a tough question.
I'm still working on that. What do you reckon?
I think, you know what, it's just... It's just whatever it's meant to be. It's it's very cliche, and everyone goes, you know, it's got to have a great hook and all that, which is true. But I think it's just timing. I think if you got a really good song that's strong, or it could be simple. It could be the most simplest song. But I think it has to catch that right moment.
Yeah. It's all the holes of the Swiss cheese, slices of Swiss cheese line up kind of thing, you know. But I mean, it could be anything. There's so many different variables, I think, that go into it, you know.
Do you think it has to be a song that's not only catchy, but the song that's going to touch people? Something that's very personal?
Yeah, I think...
I think it's got to be true to the artist. Like, it could be... doesn't have to be personal. It could be something quirky or different. Do you know what I mean? But it's just got to be true.
It has to relate to the audience. Like the audience, the person listening to it has to relate in some way.
Out to them, they've got to reach back. But Rocco, talking of songs that are quite powerful and poignant, you sang a song the day you went away.
Yes.
Tell us about that. It brought tears to my eyes.
Oh, did it? I'm glad.
Beautiful song.
Well, I mean, growing up, I always loved that song. It was sung by Wendy Matthews, and it was probably one of my favourite songs. You know, probably still to this day. And unfortunately, my mother passed away about 2.5 years ago, and I guess that song, you know, and I wrote another song at the time for my best friend ended his life, who I lived with, 4 weeks prior to Mum dying. So basically, I wanted to record these songs and just capture that moment in time vocally where I was at, or you know what I mean. Just so what I do hear back at that time, it's captured, and it's just, I love that song, and we played at my mum's funeral, and it was beautiful. Yeah.
And you've got another wonderful song, Lucky Star, which again is another cover.
Yeah, which is a Madonna cover. Yeah.
And I've heard all about the video.
Yeah, that was shot in Japan, and that track was never meant to be released. It was kind of just like put on YouTube, and you know, just. But then the DJ who I worked with, he's a young boy, and he never heard Lucky Star before. So when I did the vocals, I just sent him the vocals, and he just created this track behind it, and without hearing the original. So, and then once the label heard it, they're like, "This needs to be released," and it's done quite well. So it's good.
You've both got very different styles. What do you think unites you both? Because you're both sitting here, and I saw you chatting before we started filming, and you obviously got on quite well. There's a rapport there. What do you think unites artists of different genres?
It's respect.
Yeah, and I think musicians get each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what, you know.
It's like a hidden language almost.
Well, some of them are like that.
Yeah.
Some of them can be very like judgmental, or you know what I mean. But it's like whatever. Whatever makes them happy.
But you've both won competitions. We talked about you, Carl and Jackie.
Yeah.
And you have too, a competition for Toyota in 2012.
I was part of that, the Star Maker, but I didn't actually win that. But the following year, the Southern Star Awards. You
were a finalist, weren't you?
Yeah, I was finalist in Star Maker, and that's great. And it's a great platform for artists to launch in the country industry. And there's some fantastic competitions around. I've never been in anything like, you know, the TV shows and that kind of thing. I'm sort of, you know, a bit wary of that. You know, I've deliberately stayed away from that scene.
That's my next question, which I'll ask you in just a sec, because I'm fascinated by that, because all we see on the TV are reality shows. What do you think of things like X Factor, Australian Idol?
You know what? I've auditioned. I've asked me to audition for these shows. I just think they never want an artist who's already developed. Like they never give a chance to an artist who has everything going for them behind the scenes, and who just need that 1% extra step. Do you know what I mean? I just that's what kind of, after kind of realizing that for myself, it kind of goes, you know, there's no point of me trying to enter these competitions, or it's just not who I am. And if you achieve success in your own right, like getting signed to a label, that's a huge success. Do you know what I mean? Even with you, like having a hit song, without a big TV show.
Do you agree, Ben?
The cynical side of me says that these are TV shows designed by multinational corporations to make money, and they don't care about like the artist or.
And some of them have had massive success, you know. Yeah. But but some of them are just. I think they rely too much on the label, or they rely too much on the show to make them succeed. Have a longer career, do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you've got to put the effort yourself.
Because that's one of the arguments I hear from a lot of artists is that they've done the hard graft. They spent years performing to get where they are, and suddenly these reality shows hand the performers and the people who go in for them it on a plate.
But you know what? It's not on a plate.
Yeah.
Because they have success for that period of time, and then they find it hard to transition into having a success on TV, whatever, for 3 months. And then they have to go to normality where they have no help or they have no guidance. You know what I mean?
They haven't had to struggle like a lot of performers.
And then a lot of them do, sadly, they do get involved in drugs, and like you see with a lot of those stars. And because they don't know how, it's like one extreme to the other, you know? I guess for us, so we grew up working hard, even if you got signed to a label, it doesn't guarantee you anything. You still got to make the network yourself. You still got to make it happen.
Ben, what kind of venues do you perform in?
Oh, a lot of them are, pubs and clubs. We're starting to get into the bigger festivals now and the bigger stages, and which is great. But yeah, pretty much, like I love the old golden years of Australian rock. The pub scene. I kind of really enjoyed that.
Like Cold Chisel, that kind of.
Yeah, all of that sort of stuff.
You don't see much of that anymore.
No, and it's a sad thing about the industry. Particularly here in Sydney.
I don't think really cares. Like you don't see. If people don't really go, oh, I want to see a live band. Like people just adapt to DJs, and
it's a case of evolving, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just evolving, but life changes. You just got to change with it. Yeah, it's sad.
I'm getting the feeling, Ben, you're not such an.
Oh no, because I'm sad that those days are gone.
It's kind of.
But you know what? At least you lived through it. At least you've got to experience it. And that's the reality of it. It's like the new generation don't experience what we experienced back then. So look at it as a positive.
Yeah.
Who are your role models, Rocco?
You know what? It just changes. Like, I think my mother was one of my biggest role models, and my parents, and just everyday people. They don't have to be stars or anything like that. It's just people who do have kids and people who do work hard, and just for me, it's like people's real life struggles really inspire me more than someone who's got money and tries to be
Ben.
Role models. I've got many.
Go on.
And my parents, you mentioned my parents, I don't know, that my parents were fantastic, and but they didn't want me to get in the music industry.
Really?
And so I didn't get any support.
Why was that?
Well, you gotta get a haircut and get a real job,
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
You're a pragmatist, really.
So, I would look up to the artists that I wanted to be like, Jimmy Barnes and, that kind of thing.
I love Jimmy Barnes.
Springsteen, all of that.
It's from the heart. The music is very raw, it's very real.
Yeah.
And Rocco, what are some of the biggest challenges you have faced in your music career?
I think, it probably sounds wrong, but anyway, I think also growing up in my teens, being ethnic, was very trying to get signed to a label and...
Italian heritage, am I right?
Yeah, it's just, back then I was very, trying to get signed in Australia was, you know what I mean?
I thought they would have given you an edge because you're exotic.
No, but you know what? But back in the day before that came in, before JLo came out and, all these ethnic people started becoming famous worldwide. But I think, it was just, from a struggle just to, you see all the other people get signed and I was like, why are they getting signed and stuff, and you know what? You just got to work hard and just make it happen. You got to network.
Ben, how about you?
Yeah, Sorry, throw it at me again because I got lost in the conversation.
It happens. It happens.
I know. I always take it from there to another dream state.
And yes, as you say, it is about networking. It's often
That's all it
who you
is.
know.
Yeah, it's got it. Yeah.
My question was, what have been some of the greatest challenges you've faced in your music career?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I suppose it's just finding the right path. You know, as a kid, you go, oh, I just want to be famous. You know, I want to be a famous rock star. But that's not how the music industry works. And you're totally right about networking. You surround yourself with like-minded people that you know, have the goals that you have. You know, go and spend time with bands. Go and see, you know, bands playing. Go and hang out with them,
And also follow your instincts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, don't waste time with people. Just don't get me wrong. Like, hang out with bands and stuff like that. But sometimes it's like when people go to me, we're going to hang out with DJs. It's like, you know, if I hang out with DJs, you'd be up all night, basically. So you want to hang out with their management. You want to hang out with the people behind the scenes because they're the ones that make it happen. You know what I mean? So it's about just being smart of who you network with and.
But following your instincts is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't feel right,
If
then it
doesn't
might
feel
not be
yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly. But you have to go through your life experience and.
If
you know,
in doubt, leave it out.
Yeah, leave it out, exactly. But you know what? If you are in doubt and you make the mistake or whatever and you learn from it, then you've learnt from it and then you hopefully won't do it again.
It makes
you
you
know?
stronger
Yeah.
and even maybe a better performer as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Yeah.
So have any of you had any strange kinds of fans? Any obsessives?
I've had a few.
But yeah.
They're all strange if they're, you know, but they're your fans at the end of the day. So
Do you get groupies?
yeah, I had underpants thrown at me the other day.
You lucky devil.
That was at the ABBA festival.
Wow.
And most of my fans don't wear underpants. So.
I get Zimmer frames thrown at me usually, you know. Like, people, they love me.
I love it.
The grannies.
Oh,
The knitting nanas.
Yeah, that's hot. Yeah.
Yeah, Zimmer frames
Milfs,
all over the
yeah.
stage. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, you've been working on a new single, In My
Yes.
Shoes.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
That song, yeah, I was going through the whole life of just transitioning of who I was and getting rid of people that I didn't want, you know, just naturally just letting the universe, you know, work itself out for you. And I guess the song was about just, you know, people don't really know what it's like until they walk into your shoes. Do you know what I mean?
very
So
true.
I just found a lot of people are judgmental.
Yes.
And they don't really think about the other person, how they're feeling, or they don't see it from another perspective. And, you know, and it's fine, you know, everyone can see how they want to see life. But I guess I just wanted to, yeah. So basically I wanted to work with an Indian artist. And I just let it happen naturally. So a guy from India contacted me through Facebook and we've been speaking to each other for about a year. And he was great. He was just like very supportive when my mum died and I was going through all their struggles. And it was just nice to be reached from a stranger from overseas to see how I was every day and, you know, wasn't expecting anything from me or anything like that, just a genuine person. And
Good
from
luck.
that, so from that he introduced me to a singer, songwriter for Pasha in India. And we started beginning this track together and we finished it and got to shoot the music video in India. in New
Best
Delhi.
of luck. How
Yeah.
exciting.
Yes, that's good.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I
reckon.
love it. I'm very proud of this song. So
One
I
of
can't
my
wait.
little spies
Yeah.
told me you used to be in a boy band, Gemini.
Yes, Gemini, yes. It was a male duo, and that's when we won this competition on the Hot 30, and then we got signed to Warner and stuff, and we went on tour with Human Nature and Butter, a support act. It was great. Like, we got to experience, the whole media, like doing interviews and, when you're, sitting in one room and different people come to different appointments. Do you know what I mean? It was just
That would have
different.
been heaps of fun.
It was fun, and then we got to do like Channel V bus and
Amazing.
so, yeah, it was just a different experience, to what it is now, So I'm grateful that I got to experience that. Yeah,
And we're grateful you got to experience it too.
thank you.
Ben,
Yeah.
am I right in thinking there's an album on
Yes.
the horizon?
Yep, we're right in the middle of working on that, and a little bit to go, so it'll probably be finished in the next few weeks or so. The bulk of it was recorded in Nashville. I wasn't here. I wasn't there, rather. We did all the pre-production here, and then they went and did it over in the States with the fantastic session musos, and they come back and we're sort of finishing it off now. So this will be the third studio album, and yeah, super excited about all this.
Very exciting. Well, good luck with that.
No, thank you.
Now, you're both such busy people. I don't know how you find any time to do anything else apart from music or outside the music world, but what are your outside passions, your hobbies, your pastimes?
Well, I like science and science-based stuff. And
any area of science in particular?
Oh, just all of it, really. Yeah. My day job, I work in anaesthetics as an anaesthetic nurse, and that's casual. Yeah. And so I'll move around different hospitals and
you're my nightmare.
And stuff.
I've had a lot of cannulas put in over recent years for dental work and shoulder work, and I always faint as the anaesthetist puts in the cannula and then in the needle, and I'm like, I'm out very quickly, but I just cannot handle it.
Well, I just like science and reading and stuff like that. Yeah.
How do you overcome needles?
Oh, don't bother me so much.
Any advice for somebody like me who's an absolute needle
I hate needles.
I hate them too.
I think it's the thought. It's the thought of it,
I can't do with it. Yeah. I don't know how people do it daily.
Yeah.
Well, when you and I aren't fainting from needles,
Yeah.
what are your pastimes?
My pastime is to do everyone's heading.
Oh, you've succeeded. I'm out of here.
No, you know what? It's just my part. I love I love networking. I love going out. I love I love meeting new people. I always think you always meet someone new who's adapting to your life or where you are now. Do you know what I mean? So I love bringing things together. Just the process of life.
And we've all been brought together today.
Exactly, it was meant to be.
Ben, what are your plans for the future?
Well, we'll get this album done. I think we've got about 6 singles lined up from this one, which is cool. The next 18 months, hopefully we get over to those markets like the US and Europe. We'll see where we go with that.
Well, best of luck. Rocco, your plans for the future?
Well, I have a lot going on. But basically, I'm probably going to move to Europe probably after August, after when the single gets released.
Where will you be based?
Probably be based in London, and have I've got a fashion label coming out.
Tell us more.
Yeah, so it's going to be called Rocco, so it's a new menswear. So basically I'm just creating my own brand, and
I'm going to have to hit you up for that because I need some fashion advice.
Me too, you and me both.
I've always been involved in fashion, and it's just, I don't know, it's just something I've always, you either have the eye for it, or you know what I mean? You kind of know your style, and
of course.
Yeah, so it's,
Have you got any particular style that you like, or as you are right now?
Just wear what you want to wear.
It's a great look.
Don't look at fashion like you have to be like everyone else. Do you know what I mean? It's fashion is an expression of who you are.
Back to your music.
Yeah.
What advice do you give budding musicians?
You know what? Live your truth, network, be grateful, be respectful, and enjoy the process. Enjoy your journey with it. Even if it's up and down.
How about
Don't
you,
stress
Ben?
about it.
Yeah. Never give up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never give up.
Yeah.
Just follow your dreams.
Is there anything in your music career, Rocco, that you regret?
No. You know what? No.
Nothing.
Not at all. It's like everything I've done everything with respect, and you know what I mean. It's I've actually appreciate my journey, even though I'm not signed to a major label now, and back then I was. It's like I appreciate that I'm actually not signed to a major label. Do you know what I mean? I appreciate now that I get to choose and work with people I want to work with, and you have your vision. And
would you have done anything different though?
No, nothing. No.
How about you, Ben? Any regrets?
I wish I'd started earlier.
You were 15!
Yeah, I know. I should have been 6. Listening. Listening to too many negative influences saying that you can't do this. Just
do it.
Yeah, just do it. And
don't listen to anyone else.
No. And
be your own person.
And thinking in terms of chasing fame, that's not what it's about.
Not.
That's not what it's about.
No.
I
think fame is a business. Like it is, fame is like a brand.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's how you look at it. So you either be a brand or you be an artist. Like it's just it can be both, but it's how you want to be in life. How you want to leave your mark in the world.
And my final question is, what can the music industry, Rocco, do to make itself more welcoming to new artists?
You know what? It's just it's already open for new artists. Like it's a lot easier now to get yourself out there than what it was back then. So, you know what, take the opportunity and just do it.
What would you say then?
The digital age has certainly opened it up to new artists, and there's a lot more avenues, you know. The gatekeepers are gone now, and so, and you know, YouTube or whatever, there's so many different ways of sort of, you know, getting out there.
Sadly, just you invest yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's how it works.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The genre that we've fallen into, the country music genre, is very welcoming as well, and they've got you know, really fantastic fans, and they're all very welcoming. And so I do find that you know, for the young people coming through, they are very lucky. Yeah.
Why is country music so popular here in Australia?
Oh, I don't know. It's just cool. It's just I don't know. I have to have a think about that.
I asked that question before to people, and they always say it's a tough question.
Yeah.
And of course, you're electro dance.
Yeah.
Why is that so popular? Is it popular?
Everything
Gets the blood pumping. It's
You know what I
just
mean?
like it's just you know,
like,
The
it's just
adrenaline.
fun and upbeat.
yeah,
and
everything has their popularity in their own world. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not involved in the country music.
Yes.
I don't get to see how popular it is. You know? Yeah.
Well, Rocco, Bene,
Yes.
Ben Ransom,
Yeah.
thanks so much for joining us
Thank
here
you.
on
Thank
Hear
you
the
very much.
Music on the panel show live from Douglas Park. And I believe we can't let you go away because you're both brilliant musicians. You're fantastic at what you do. You are Australia's great talents. And I think, Ben, you're going to give us a
Thank
couple
you. That
of
was
songs.
a big rap. Yeah.
Can't let you go
I
away without
I
them.
could do a song. And in fact, so you were talking about your mum passed away a couple of years ago, and similarly, my mum did a little while ago, and so I wrote a song. This is actually on the new album, and in fact, you know that Wendy Matthews song.
Yeah.
I did hear a rumor that nearly didn't make it on her album.
Oh, really?
The
Yeah.
first time round.
Well,
It
you
was
know, that song was originally a dance song. Did you know that?
right? No, I did not know
so
that.
song was actually originally sung by
Was
someone
it?
else. Yeah, before I
Yeah.
went to Wendy Matthews. So
There you go.
yeah.
Well, I had written a song, and it's pretty much about. I didn't want to do a slow song. I wanted to do a fun song, and I started thinking about how, you know, with all the variables in life, how is it that we actually get this far? You know, and it's the, you know, pearls of wisdom that your parents give you, and so I wrote a song about that, and it's called My Mama Said.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Sometimes I wonder how I'm here today. I still remember what my mama said, and her pearls of wisdom still lie in my head. I still remember what my mama said. Sit down beside me, take this to your grave. I learned the lessons that my mama said. Food, sex, and shelter is all that you need. The human condition, so my mama said. Hey, get up on your feet and swing to the rhythm and dance to the beat. And hey, live life for today. I should be okay, 'cause my mama said. Have some good days and you'll have some bad, but how you back up, that's what makes you a man. So never think that you'd be better off dead, and I should be okay, 'cause my mama said, hey, the world's at your feet, so swing to the rhythm and dance to the beat. And hey, live life for today. I should be okay, 'cause my mama said. Come back to me, I wish you were still here, 'cause I've got some things left to learn. Know that you need it, and oh, I'm still here, and oh, I remember these final words. Be good to your brother, be good to your dad, be good to your sister. They're all that you have. No, I'll be watching till we meet again. So never forget now what your mama said. Hey, the world's at your feet, so swing to the rhythm and dance to the beat. And hey, live life for today, yeah. 'Cause your mama said, your mama said.
Ben Ransom and Rocco Bene. Have you got another song you could give us? That was so amazing. We can't let you go. One more song, please.
I can do.
Even a chorus and a verse.
All right.
Whatever you've got.
One more beer?
You're too good. You can have 5. Just give us a song.
There's this song about when I got kicked into a pub in Cessnock.
What did you Spice Girls wannabe?
I tell you what I want, really want.
I'm up for that.
Or Nikki Webster, Strawberry Kisses.
I've got the single. I've got the single.
Strawberry Kisses.
Strawberry kisses.
I'll come flying from the sky. Yeah?
I'll catch you.
Yeah, right. Thank
Song, Ben.
All right. Give me one more beer, then I'll be on my way. Give me one more beer, then maybe I might stay. 'Cause the more I drink, the better you look. And baby, you can make my day. Give me one more beer, and I'll be on my way. Thank you.
Wow, Ben Ransom, Rocco Bene. I've been William Brougham. I am still William Brougham. Here on the panel shows, Hear the Music, live from Douglas Park. Until next time, bye-bye.